the Gator Bowl in Jacksonville, another short drive. Think middling SEC or Big Ten program for the opponent. Penn State, Kentucky, Mississippi State, definite intrigue there. Behind door number 3, the Holiday Bowl. Less appealing with travel, but does Washington, Oregon, or UCLA tickle your fancy? I personally would love to see the Noles take on one of those 3. I gotta tell you, other than Jamar Tompkins having 113 yards rushing and a touchdown, Ivory Durham 270 yards through the air and a touchdown, although his completion percentage wasn't up to snuff to his standards anyway. MVP for me, Eston Thiel, place kicker, 5 for 5 with field goals, and if you do the math, 15 points. That was the difference. Blazers get a long week. They host Virginia Union on Saturday. Ryan?
By all means, keep making cutouts of our faces. Won't discourage that. But seriously, you guys were a huge part of the atmosphere. It was an easy choice, and you are the inaugural 2022 Student Section Battle for the Banner champions.
Now, FAMU fans may say, well, we'll end up with 9 wins, and some of these teams will only end up with 7. How does that work? Well, take North Dakota, for example. They played North Dakota State this weekend, a premier team in FCS. Say they lose and end 7-4. The Fighting Hawks still boast the 2nd best strength of schedule in all of FCS football. All that to say, 8 wins isn't always better than 7. Heck, sometimes 9 wins isn't. A lot will have to go right for FAMU to make a 2nd straight playoff appearance. But one thing's for certain, just win the Florida Classic and let the chips fall where they may. I need to go on some jogs after this, I think. Hit the treadmill maybe, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but
there you go. Yeah, get a look at that camera for it. Get a look at that.
Listen, battle for the banner is ensuing. It's anybody's game, but Cairo, they're setting the bar high. Show out for us, guys. Listen, football fans, if not us, then who? If not now, then when? The show must go on, and we have a great one for you. You know, guys, I woke up this morning with just such an energy unknown to mankind, because Football Friday night is back, and it feels oh so good. Rattlers looking for their first win. Blazers looking to be 2-0. Florida State, are they the best team in the country? I don't know. It could be. Never fear. We made like Ross Geller and friends, and we pivoted. Fleming Island and Rickards here at Gene Cox Stadium. Little good morning, good afternoon, good night for you on this Saturday. We'll go right down the list here, starting with the Noles. Scrimmage number 2 of fall camp for FSU. But we wanted to feature one group of people even more. You, the fans. That's right, I'm talking to you. All right, so that was a fun start, but it gets even better from here. Listen, a lot of offensive firepower. What more do you want for a high school football game in our game of the week? But yes, I will be attending a wedding. A little bit louder now, a little bit softer now. He's going to do a great job by himself. Ryan, let me ask you a question. Do you remember the 21st night of September? Well, of course not. That hasn't happened yet, unfortunately, for Earth, Wind, and Fire. But I promise you, Blazer fans will remember the first night of September. In the middle of November, there's a chill in the air. We were begging for football weather. It's finally here. Be careful what you wish for. I got a jacket. But you know what? That doesn't matter. It's Survive in Advance time. All right, everybody. Have a great week. This was fun. Ryan Kelly, we miss you, pal. Get out of here. Have a great night, everybody.
Happy we got it done, brother.
FSU. I love Monroe. We'll call it because there's 2 Super 6 teams, and I love good on good battle. The spotlight on the Blazers, and the Blazers only on this Thursday night. So kind of surprised Amazon, Al Michaels, and Kirk Herbstreit aren't making the trip, but that's neither here nor there. You'll have a full recap of this one tonight at 11.
Hey, listen, Dom, we don't need Michaels and Herbie when you're out there. We got it all covered.
Like Phil Collins says, I feel it coming in the air tonight. Back to you guys.
They were rocking out to Phil Collins at the stadium earlier, and I told Dom if he did not do air drums, I was going to be real sad, and he rocked it out.
He rocked it out. I don't think we were recording on that moment, though, which is a devastation.
It was beautiful, Dom. Awesome.
Plays are going to be made. A victor will be named. Someone will move along in the FHSAA playoffs. And man, it is football weather. Reminds me of the Midwest. I'm sure it reminds Ben of maybe Bozeman, Montana. I don't know. Perhaps? Maybe. Who knows? All I know is this game headlines 16 games we'll have for you tonight on Football Friday night. And oh, by the way, Florida State basketball. It's a one-stop shop at WCTV. Tune in at 11. We'll be there. Hope you are too. Should be fun. Back to you guys.
Yeah, Dom, you know as well as I do, if we talk like that up in our neck of the woods, we get laughed at saying that this weather reminds us of the Midwest or the Montana type of football stuff. We'll send it to the folks up in Buffalo. See what they have to say about that.
So many touchdowns. I cannot wait. It's like red zone.
This feels like NFL red zone.
Don't apologize for the expectation, the standard, and what that 4-0 start did for you. Again, all their goals are in front of them, and I think this bye week's going to do them great. And I think they're going to come out the other side and get a winnable game at Georgia Tech. Game with huge conference implications as we saw a year ago, and I think Willie Simmons, Rattler fans, and this FAMU football team
breathing a little bit easier with the news that Isaiah Land, BJ Bowler, and Cam Coven all will suit up and play in this game. Here's the skinny of it. Again, 20 players deemed ineligible, 3 of which incredibly talented players on this FAMU football team.
From the jump, when he went into the game, confident, you could tell it from him, and you could tell that Mike Norvell and the staff they were confident in him. I mean, this is a game they needed to win. This isn't like, oh, well, here we go. No, he made the plays he needed to make. He was slinging it. No sense in a big reveal. You should know by now, but as expected, Florida State will stay here in the state of Florida, face off with Oklahoma on December 29th in the Cheez-It Bowl. Georgia, Florida, the football's been really good. We got a good response to week 1 of the Super 6. Excited to show people what's different. What began as a day full of hype and excitement for the Orange Blossom Classic quickly turned for the worse here at Hard Rock Stadium. Don't you love college football? What an absolutely wall-to-wall crazy day it was on Saturday. After the dust settled today, it feels like progress was made. Ultimately, time will tell. One thing's for sure, Willie Simmons and the Rattlers are solely focused on the Orange Blossom Classic on Sunday. Big one, Colquitt, Lincoln, we got Wintersville looming. Like we said, the second half of the season is going to be a lot of fun. 2 7A top 10 teams in the state of Georgia, a rivalry game, a region game, an incredible environment. There was not an empty seat in the house, but Valdosta's stellar defense came to play and ultimately was the decider. The Wildcats snapping the streak 13-6, improving to 7-0. And as you heard Willie Simmons say, what more can they do to show that they are one of the premier programs in all of FCS football? They put everything into this game, a 38-31 defeat at the hands of the Cocoa Tigers in overtime after scoring with just 3 seconds on the clock to push it to overtime. I mean, this was an instant classic, and your heart goes out to those kids. But what a performance, what a game for the 2S state championship here in Florida.
It's time to talk some syrup maker. Let's talk to Ryan and Dom.
It most certainly is, Mike. High school football came and went. It's hard to believe Football Friday Night, Dom, is over.
Yes, and with that, we had a lot of new elements with our Football Friday Night. We had the Super 6, the power rankings we did each and every week, and of course, the inaugural battle for the banner. Ryan and I deliberated on who we would give the banner to this year, crowning the best student section in our area.
Yeah, and it ended up being a choice that I think you wouldn't be surprised if you watched our show. The Cairo Syrup Maker students are your 2022 Battle for the Banner Student Section champions. Earlier this week, we delivered the banner to South Georgia. So we are crossing the Georgia state line. Dominic Miranda, where are we going?
We're going to Cairo High School, unbeknownst to them, to deliver the banner. That place was rocking. Those students loved it. Every time Ryan and I came out, they got our attention. They were bought in, and they were not going to be denied of the battle for the banner.
For Friday night student section and the cheerleaders to report to the gym at this time. Thank you.
Okay, so not sure if you heard that, but the bell just rang. They just made an announcement that the student section needs to find its way to the gym. We actually just got snuck in here by AD Chad Parkerson. We're in Coach McClendon's office, of course, the head coach of Syrup Mates basketball. Are you nervous? Because I'm legit a little nervous about this.
It was a very covert operation to get in here, and we're going to present this banner to the Cairo Syrup Maker student section. I am a little bit nervous, but you know what? It doesn't matter. They deserved it, and this is going to be a lot of fun.
What do we have going on? We got a decent little crowd. Okay.
And they'll kind of shed a little light on what this is all about. But what I really want, I want a student section at every sporting event, every season.
Hey, guys.
So this belongs to you. Personally, we had no idea when we said that we were going to do this year if anybody was going to respond, if anybody was going to think it was cool. And I mean, literally, what was it, week 2, you guys made an actual thing that looked dead like this? It's cool that you flattered us. It's cool that you made the stuff with our faces and all. But you guys came out here and you supported the makers. And you were loud all season long. You were here all season long. So this is our thank you to you. This is the banner.
By all means, keep making cutouts of our faces. Won't discourage that. But seriously, you guys were a huge part of the atmosphere. It was an easy choice, and you are the inaugural 2022 Student Section Battle for the Banner champions.
This ain't ours, this is y'all's.
All right, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, was just like, it's my senior year, so I wanted to make the best memories I could, and I wanted it to be one of the best student sections we've ever had. And whenever we all walked in, everybody was like, I wonder if we're winning the banner. I bet that's what it is, and this and that. And I was like, no, it can't be that.
And it was just great to see a bunch of young people being positive and being consistent and being relentless. It was awesome. Every Friday, it seemed to get better and better. And I've just been really pleased with them.
There ain't nothing better on a Friday night than being a what? Serve maker! Can't nobody beat the serve makers but who? The serve maker!
Party at Cairo High. That was so much fun.
That was
Congrats again to the Cairo students. We've loved hanging out with you guys all year and loved hanging out with you yesterday.
Yeah, well deserved. They just absolutely hit it out of the park this football season, but it was a tight race. Listen, we had some great honorable mentions as well.
We most certainly did. Cairo told us that they were a little worried. Their rivals from Thomas County Central right on their heels, and they most certainly were. They impressed us throughout the season. You have to shout out the Concrete Crazies at Lowndes, and then on the other side of the state line, Swanee brought it as the season got more and more and more. That student section was huge. Childs, the Woods always packed on Friday, and Florida High, there's not much more you could say about them. They really brought the noise as well.
No, I just love how the student sections bought into the battle for the banner. Cairo wins #1. Someone's got to come take it from them. Are they going to defend their title? We don't know.
We'll see. We'll see. But they will get to display that banner in front of the student section every single game this season.
But this is that banner in real life.
Wait, go this way so we can see Dom.
No, we don't
Look at
need to
that.
see.
Look, ready? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
And then this too.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Cairo.
Way to go, serve maker.
Listen, in the Louvre.
Any school that wants to take that banner next year, you see what the gauntlets.
You're gonna have to,
everywhere.
you're gonna have to create lifelike
In order to beat
statues
this?
of the boys.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, and then look, I look like
Man.
I looks like Dom is right behind me there.
Look at-
I mean, come on.